Really? You think you can fight a guy?
Yeah.
You really think you can fight a guy?
She's like, yes. Fight you.
Yes.
Let me fight you.
Yes.
You guys,
I was sparring with
My ex
them.
was 6'5" and I beat
That does
him
not matter
up.
though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna disagree with you guys. I would never put my hands on a
Like
man because I don't want my
what?
man
Putting
putting his hands on
a
me.
man?
But I don't think I can even square up to a man, even though I know I can fight real good or whatever you want to say. I would never.
okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. You guys, we live in such times of peace that you guys don't even know the chaos that a 15-year-old boy can do to you. I'll tell you guys this right now. You two, what, 3 of you said you could fight a man? A 14-year-old boy will fuck each of you up. I promise you. A 14-year-old boy. Men have 10 times as much testosterone as you.
Those women are delusional.
Yeah.
This is, I hope women are not listening to this and thinking it's a good idea to go out there and test a man. A 14-year-old boy will fuck up majority of the girls that I know. There's one girl that I know. She's very, very large. And even then, he'd probably fuck her up as well. This is a ridiculous take, but maybe they're joking, so I'll give them the
I
benefit
don't
of
think
the doubt.
she is joking, that first girl.
If she's not joking, then reality's gonna hit her really hard one
Like,
day.
she'd probably get beaten up by a girl, let alone a bloody 6'3" man, like she's
Yeah.
trying to say.
She looks like she's maybe 60 pounds soaking wet.
Okay, but like, what if
Okay,
what if
I
you're
don't know
fighting
about-
him and he's not hitting you back? Like,
That's not a fight.
Wait a minute though.
no, hold on.
What did she just say?
Drop me
If
out.
you're punching him and he's not hitting you back, how did you think that was a fight? He's letting you hit him
Yeah.
because you are tiny and you're probably doing minimal damage. That's not a fight. You're just assaulting him.
And you're just embarrassing yourself in this video.
You're probably going to end up breaking your fist on his chest every time you throw one.
That's my point. That's my
But
point.
now if he's trying to go hard, then what? You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
your
What are you
hand
gonna do
knocked
if he
against the
actually
table
decides to hit you back?
real hard?
For
then
real.
what?
Then you just gotta stop fighting. What do you mean?
No,
Sorry.
because now
She doesn't get the whole concept of this whole conversation right now. And you can't have conversations with dumb people like that.
Why does Myron have these idiotic guests on? This is why I don't watch Fresh and Fit. Forget about their views, which I also have points of contention with. It's just that their guests are so thick. There's always going to be an argument because if Myron says anything of like basic common sense, they're going to contend with him. Like, this is just common knowledge that women don't fight men. Yeah, there's women out there that can beat men up, of course. You know, obviously Ronda Rousey might beat down a regular Joe Schmo, but there are plenty of regular men that will beat Ronda Rousey up, and she's an elite level athlete. Forget Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes, right, the champ. Even she is not going to want to fight a full-grown man who's probably a little bit bigger than, is probably going to be a bit bigger than her, and thus is going to probably hit harder than her, and he's probably going to be able to take her punches a lot harder. And bear in mind, Amanda Nunes is an absolute beast. I would hate to be in a cage with her. Even if I was able to beat her, I know I'd sustain some kind of injury. But can you see the levels?
Of course.
Elite level athletes
Yeah.
will lose to average men in all sports, not just fighting.
If he was to like all of a sudden just hit you, you're gonna be shocked. But then if he continues to hit you, you're gonna stand there.
so you're gonna hit him back and then get it even worse. He's gonna beat you up real bad this time.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it's
Okay.
always-
Yeah,
okay,
it's
okay,
gonna
okay.
fight to the death.
Okay, okay. Here's the thing. You run. You don't sit there and try to fight him. You run. What are you gonna do? Are you seriously gonna try to square up with him?
No,
Or are
you
you
gonna hit him and then make him even
stop.
madder?
What are you seriously gonna do if he hits you? What? Tell me about this self-defense.
I don't even want to say that.
Like,
on
no,
here.
no. I really want to hear this because I might save your life. Because real talk, any of you ladies that really think you can fight a man, you're fucking stupid.
I mean, that's the best advice you can give a woman.
Yeah.
I would give that advice to men as well. If you're fighting a man that is much larger than you, and you know that this fight has the potential to get really ugly, it's probably best to not engage. Women should especially take that advice because you're the fairer sex. Not a good idea to get into a fight with a man. The amount of force that he will hit you with, I know skinny guys that will knock out big girls.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
not about your size as well.
It's not about your size, but the way we're built up, men and women, is just, they're completely different on every level. Yeah.
Hold on. So yes. Sparring training for boxing. Yes. Keep laughing. That's fine. We can go around
No, it's not.
when you're done.
You seriously think you can fight me?
Yes. And I knock you out.
And I knock you out.
So, but the reason that you're
Can we set it up?
Okay, let me ask you a question on that.
This girl's delusional.
No, let me ask you a question. So let's say she has gone through like all the fighting training in the world and she knows how to throw a great punch and she gets there first and she knocks him out.
Do you think she will be able to generate enough force to knock out Myron? He's like 6'6" or some shit. Over 200 pounds.
If you hit someone in the right place, I swear you can.
Sabi, she's smaller than you.
I'm just saying.
Let me put into perspective for you, right? You can train for 10 years in boxing and I will not train and I could still kill you in about 30 seconds.
I get the point behind it. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just saying, I'm asking as someone who knows how to fight or throw a good punch or whatever.
Right.
You stand a good chance at being able to knock a man out.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't stand a good chance. If she knows how to throw a punch and knows where to aim, she stands a good chance of potentially landing a punch. But because of her size, her frame, her muscle density, the punch that she throws is going to do a fraction of the amount of damage that the guy is going to do. He's probably not going to be knocked out. She would have to sucker punch him to knock him out. Like he would have to be completely unaware. And even then, he would probably be stunned. You know that I did martial arts. I was put against a girl. She was much higher ranked than me. And I thought that I was about to get my ass whooped. And when I got hit, I realized that I didn't need skill to beat this person. I was already so much physically stronger than her that I didn't need any skill to beat her. In a real world situation, none of her punches and kicks were going to work. The only thing that she could do, if she was smart enough, is pick up a brick. There was nothing she could do. And at that point, I knew I didn't need to be skilled. I didn't need to go for a black belt to beat this person up. And that's when I was very, very, very low rank in the discipline that I was doing. So just imagine, Myron is an ex-federal agent, so they have physical training as well. And this little girl, what is she, 5'8"? I bet she's 5'6" to 5'8". Looks a little bit chubby, so maybe like 150 to 170 pounds. And she really thinks she's going to be able to generate enough force to knock out this big man.
We can do that.
Yo, she's delusional, bro. She's delusional.
Yo,
So,
Tell the chat, how tall are you? How much you weigh? Real quick. Just so
5'8", 180.
I was right. She's 5'8", 180.
She's still fairly big.
Yeah, for a girl, she's quite big. But this kind of behavior and this kind of line of thinking is going to get women hurt. You're not a man.
Yeah.
You will not be able to generate that kind of force. You're going to waste your time punching him, get tired. All he's going to do is flick you like a fly on his elbow.
All right, no joke. Can I just say?
So,
I'm waiting for you.
She thinks she could fight me. Okay.
not on no
No,
ratchet
because I want to say
shit.
something
Hold
too.
on.
Let her finish.
Alright.
Go ahead.
I've been waiting my turn. So not on no ratchet shit. Literally. Like, it just comes down to that technical shit. But when you're in fight or flight, like you're actually in the situation of, holy fuck, my significant other is beating the fuck up on me. You're in the survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm prepared to fight you, that's a different story. But if we're in survival mode, like, personally, it was my own fault that my ex that I was with for almost 4 years, bro, like, beat up on me all the time. That's my fault. I stayed with his ass. You know what I'm saying? But during those situations, it's survival mode. You don't know, like, yeah, he's
That's
gonna fucking overpower
adrenaline.
you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because you're looking at it like, oh my God, I love him so much. Oh my God, what's happening? You're blindsided. Okay, Willie or not, you knew he was gonna do this shit because you stayed with him, you know, but it's that physical, he's a man, I become this cowardly woman because you didn't expect that from him. You know, there's a difference.
The scenario was fighting a man. Now you're talking about self-defense, which, I mean, if you're going to say self-defense, I think the best self-defense is either a gun or you run. Trying to fight a guy, you're going to take an L. Trying to grapple a guy is even worse. And you saying that you can box me, I mean, with all due
we should get
respect,
it we should
you're
get it on the
delusional.
balcony.
You're delusional.
All
Delusional.
right. But
You're literally delusional.
Okay, can I say what I have to say?
I'm
I mean,
next after you.
I don't even know what to. Ladies, just all I'm gonna say, because this is very destructive. Here's the thing that scares me. I tell women all the time, if you're ever in a situation, number one, you know, if there's a violent situation with a potential guy, number one, don't be close to him. Number two, run, because you cannot physically compete with him. Now, if you're in a situation where you're self-defense, whatever, hopefully you have a weapon, because that's going to be the only real equalizer. The advice that you're giving is destructive, because women cannot fight with men, and that rhetoric right there is why so many women.
Training. I said that.
It doesn't matter if you're trained.
No. They're not.
Even if you're
They are
trained,
not.
you're missing the point.
And they know it. That's why they nodded when you
Here's
said
the thing.
that.
Here's the thing.
No.
Even if you're trained, you will still lose. That's my point.
I nodded for possibility. What probability, not possibility.
Like, because even if you're trained,
like he just said.
even if you're trained, you are still going to lose. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You go to a couple boxing classes or whatever it may be.
You're not
It's one thing to
Ronda
spar with.
Rousey or nothing.
It's one thing to spar with some guys in the gym where they're not going to hit you with full force and they're going to be easy on you. It's another thing to get punched in the face by a dude,
Repeatedly.
no boxing glove, for real. You don't have the physical structure to take a male punch.
And I'm not saying I'm gonna go on the street, look at you, and be like, oh fuck, he got a gun probably, or like this and this and this, or oh, he's asking for my wallet. I'm not gonna look and be like, let me spar with you real quick. I'm not gonna post up with you. Like, I would do what you said. I literally just brought that example up. That's why I had my immediate reaction.
You
You're
can't fight a
making
man,
it
bro.
dramatic. Okay.
I don't care what you say. You cannot fight a man from a biological standpoint.
Okay.
We've seen men destroy women in fighting situations. Look at MMA situations. They literally had a guy, right? That a trans guy, right? That had his hormones suppressed and everything. Went up against a champion female fighter, beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still a guy.
Now here's the thing.
Right.
Boxing, all mental.
No. This girl's stupid. Boxing, all mental. You can
She thinks she's gonna mentally beat up this guy.
you can have the best plan, you can have the best strategy, but as Mike Tyson said, everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face. And the thing is that men will usually have a plan when they go into a fight, and they'll be able to take a punch or two. You ain't taking a punch or two. Your plan's over in one. You're done. You do not have the skills to stop a man, even the same size as you, from raining down absolute chaos and killing you very quickly. You should just accept that your body is a lot more fragile than your male counterparts. It doesn't mean that you're less.
Yeah.
You don't have to puff up your chest.
Yeah.
Men shouldn't be hitting women anyway.
Yeah.
But for you to think that you can square up to a guy, now it's different if your partner's beating the shit out of you, right? If you literally can't run, if you can't do anything, then defend yourself. You're probably going to lose. It just is what it is. You will probably lose. But of course, defend yourself. Do what you can. Pick up an object, throw a punch if you can't run. If running is an option or picking up a gun, then do that. But do not square up to men. Any young girls that listen to this, do not take the advice of this girl. Any older women, do not take the advice or get any ideas from this girl.
Yeah.
She is heading down a path of destruction with that mentality.
And it's like a lot of girls as well have this mindset of hitting a guy and the guy's not going to hit you back. There's loads of guys that will hit you back.
Yeah. And they'll make sure that you
So
don't hit them
risk
again.
it. Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's really, really not.
Yeah.
I will do my utmost best to not raise my hands on a woman. Even if she's hitting me, I'll try to restrain her, pin her to the ground, tell her to take a chill pill.
That's going to help.
Yeah, telling a woman to chill is the last thing you want to do. But she's already gotten to that point. You might as well wind her up a bit more. But anyway, I
She's
will
already
do.
attacked you.
Yeah, I will do everything I can to not have to spark a woman. That's the last thing I want to do. I think it's bullying. But if you're getting brave and you square up and you start throwing hands at a man, you have to know that you might be going to A&E and you might be staying there.
Yo,
No,
I
okay,
can't
can we
believe
move on?
mental.
Can we
Yo,
move
you
on?
mean Will? Lights out.
I need to say one thing.
Bro, I
Let's
can't
move on.
believe.
Okay,
you're-
can I
you're
just say
serious
what
right
I
now.
have to
Yeah,
say real
Egypt
quick?
and
Are you
then
serious?
Sophia, because
No,
can we
no,
move
hold
on?
on.
She's
Are you
either
serious?
drunk or trolling.
Are you serious
Yeah,
right
probably
now?
trolling.
You're kidding, right?
Has to be a troll.
About what?
Beating up a guy. You're kidding, right? In boxing.
Also depends on
Like
what
in
kind
a
of guy,
ring or
right?
in
In a real fight.
general?
Any fight.
It's even worse because you have
No,
shorter
it's not.
arms.
It's not any fight.
Boxing is even less less advantageous for you.
Yo,
A man has way longer reach than you.
Okay.
He gonna fuck you up from back here.
Yeah, for sure.
yo,
70% mental, 30% physical. So
Mental?
if you got like, yes, the reach, the physical, yes, but you're thinking about the literal like physicality.
How's
of
your
the
mental
shit.
gonna help you when he hits you on the chin and you lights out?
you gotta be trolling.
Mm-hmm.
She's trolling, bro.
Bro,
Don't
this
be
shit is
trolling.
dangerous.
Okay.
Yo, any women that are watching this podcast,
Don't
whatever,
do that.
don't listen to what this girl's
Please
saying,
don't.
bro. You will end up
Yeah.
getting the shit
Yo,
beat out of you,
Women
bro.
forget that violence
Jaw
has no
rearranged.
mercy.
Yeah,
If a guy is serious and he punches in your face, you're done.
Yeah,
you're
done.
dead, bro.
So all this
I'm not
mental and
saying
your
I'm
face.
gonna be mental and do
All right.
strategy, nigga.
No.
One punch in your face, you're done. What are you gonna do?
And,
Nah,
we're going hard on you like this because what you're saying is literally extremely destructive. And some
Bro.
girl might watch this and be like, I could fight a guy
Yep.
Okay,
and literally
okay,
get
okay.
fucking destroyed.
If I'm a
Understood.
Dude.
Understood that. Understood. 100%. That
Yeah.
Mm.
Boxing is not 70%
She
physical,
embarrassed herself.
70% mental, 30% physical. It's the other way around. Boxing is a physical endeavor, right?
Mm.
Of course, the mental game comes into fighting, definitely. But when your opponent is so much bigger and stronger than you, what are you going to do?
It's a no-brainer.
It's the same reason why we separate heavyweights from lightweights. You would not send Tony Ferguson into the ring against Brock Lesnar. Because for as skilled as Tony Ferguson is, it doesn't matter. Brock Lesnar is 295 pounds. He's built like a tank.
Yeah, that's why you have different
That's why,
championships.
that's why we separated the men and the women. You can't fight men, even at a professional level. A man will still beat you up majority of the time. This is terrible advice for women. I don't think women should get the idea that they're capable of doing this. Men and women should be fine anyway. But if you don't want to die, don't fight a man. Just don't. It's a waste of time. It's like me fighting a child. I could fight a child on my knees with one hand tied behind my back. You got anything else you want to say about
Moral of the story is don't listen to this girl.
that? Yeah, the girl's delusional.